Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I have always opined on this channel that one day a revolution will begin in this country, and it will not be initiated by the opposition. It will be initiated by those who supported William Ruto in 2022. It will be supported by the mamambogas, the watu wa boda boda, and the hustlers. Even to make it more interesting, the Kenya Kwanza members of parliament will join this revolution. I have seen people come out very bravely and they are telling William Ruto that they are not going to accept the kind of leadership that William Ruto is offering. People like Okuru Okot have made a U-turn. You have seen lawyer Ahmed Nasir criticizing this government very boldly. The only person who is still supporting this government is Dennis Itumbi and a few Kenya Kwanza bloggers. Now there is an issue that is going on in the country, and this is about corruption. And corruption is speaking very loudly, shouting on top of mountains. Recently, the biggest debate has been the acquittal of Henry Rotich in the Aror and Kumarer dam case that William Ruto had warned that this was a political machination against his allies and those who were supporting him. And the judge that was in charge of this case gave some very startling revelations on how the ODPP has been trying to sabotage this case to ensure that it did not see the light of day. And when you listen to the judgment, you will be perturbed because it means that corruption has been given a clean bill of health. And this has compelled some members of the UDA and Ruto close allies to come out and condemn the DPP, and indirectly they are condemning William Ruto for perpetuating and tolerating corruption. I want us to listen to the judgment and then to the members of parliament how they openly condemn the corruption that is deeply rooted in the Kenya Kwanza regime.
All the accused persons herein are hereby acquitted under Section 210 of the CPC. They are hereby acquitted under Section 210 of the Criminal Procedure Code due to lack of evidence as a result of the reckless dereliction of duty by the prosecution. The prosecution called a total of 49 witnesses. In a strange twist of events, out of the 49 prosecution witnesses, the prosecution only led evidence from 8 witnesses. The rest of the witnesses, numbering to 41, took to the witness stand, were sworn, and thereafter the prosecution declined to examine them, claiming that they did not have questions for this witness. This would appear to be a carefully choreographed prosecution-led acquittal. The prosecution was no longer interested in prosecuting the case. They informed the court that they had firm instructions not to proceed. As such, this court only relied on the evidence of 8 witnesses. I find that there is need to check the unfortunate and reckless habit of the ODPP commencing proceedings which they have no intention of pursuing to its logical conclusion. Such conduct is an affront to the administration of justice and a waste of precious judicial time. It is an insult to the dignity of the court and all the stakeholders involved in the criminal justice system.
Amount of lies, poison, and everything survived. So I think the devil has been ashamed, and I believe he will remain permanently ashamed.
The courts are saying that the DPP is not doing a good job. So we have to ask the EACC and DPP, please, where our money gets lost as a country, as parliament, we will not sit back and watch as bodies under our charge mess up investigations, People go scot-free who have stolen government money. They must put energy in proper investigations.
Tunaona hii office of the DPP inatuangusha kidogo, kwa sababu wakati tuliangalia vile hiyo kesi iliruliwa, judgment ambao iliandikwa na magistrate alisema wale witnesses wote ambao walikuwa waitwe, hakuna hata mmoja alikuwa cross examined na DPP. Inamaanisha ya kwamba DPP wamepeleka kesi kotini, lakini badala waende wafanye cross examination ya those witnesses, they are not doing that, and as a result these cases naenda vile zimeenda. Tunaomba, we have done so well kuonyesha Wakenya kwamba this government is committed to fight against corruption, but if we continue in that direction, DPP not showing up during those cases are being had, we are going to lose the great milestone we have made. So tunaomba tafadhali kila mtu afanye kazi yake na kila.
With this kind of ruling, ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear that the judge was being frustrated, because she's mentioning that out of the 49 witnesses, only 8 were cross-examined. The other 4 took to the witness stand, took oath, and then the prosecution just said, I don't have a question for them. And from the onset, Mr. Igonka was given this task with a stern mandate to ensure that the first thing he would do was to collapse the Aror and Kimaret Dam. We all know that corruption is deeply rooted in the police and in all the sectors and in all the government offices. If we allow such kind of cases to be terminated, then there is no hope for Kenya. If the institutions that are mandated to fight corruption are the ones that are perpetuating it, are the ones that are encouraging it, then tell me, ladies and gentlemen, where is our country headed to? Because what is now coming out very clearly is that as long as you've got some close dalliance with William Ruto, with the Kenya Kwanza government, then you can engage in any corrupt deal and nothing will happen to you. You've seen some of the former governors who had some questionable characters, who had some cases on their shoulder. They have gone and they are now on the same bed, dining and sleeping with the people in State House, and their cases have been swept under the carpet. And as long as you feel that you have a case with you, you simply praise William Ruto and you officially join the UDA. You just time for some interdenominational prayers or the prayers that they conduct on Sundays. You go there and say, William Ruto is a good person. Please, William Ruto, resuscitate our economy. Let Kenyans give you time. You simply praise, William Ruto, and then you're good to go. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution will be given a call, and that is how you will be acquitted. And it's very easy. You simply frustrate the process of justice. You don't question witnesses. You suspend the cases, and this is how we are going to lose our nation. Because if there is something that has ever plunged countries into irredeemable abyss of financial and criminal and economic quagmire, it is corruption. And if the members of parliament are not going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, we are doomed. And I love the fact that some members of parliament are beginning to see the light of the day. You have seen the clergy seeing the light of the day. And people have told Raila Odinga, please, ondoka, let Kenyans see for themselves. Because when you do it, they feel that you are being driven by some, political, anger. Some feel that you're doing for self-aggrandizement. And people have told Raila Odinga, let Kenyans see for themselves, so that maybe next time we are given a golden opportunity to choose our leaders, then we will scrutinize them. We will not be choosing people who don't have zero tolerance to corruption in their manifesto. Because from the onset, William Ruto had indicated that some of these cases were politically motivated. Rigathi has always said that DCI was used to frustrate him for his support to William Samoei Ruto. And we know that cases of Aisha Jumwa, where someone lost life, have been terminated. And so we are dealing with the government that I don't think is serious with fighting corruption. The EACC has been pocketed. The DCI is dancing to the tune of the executive. And now the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. There isn't any institution that is left. Even the court, Madam Newt is saying that, for example, in the GMO case, they decided to rule in favor of the executive. When we need them, sometimes they don't stand up to be counted. They have allowed themselves to be used by the president. And I love the fact that Madam Newt decided to speak out, because the only way we can know what is happening, the only way we can know the rot that is happening in the government is for people to come out and speak. The control of budget, Margaret Nyakango did it. And you saw how they wanted to frustrate her. They had taken her to court until people came out and rallied behind her. And in fact, for the first time, I saw Kenyans rallying behind Nyakango, including the members of her community. So it means that if you're a government official and you expose the corruption deals and the wastage in the country, then you become an enemy. The only person who has continued to expose the government, and they are not touching him, is David Ndii. David Ndii continues to say there is a lot of wastage, but I think the only reason why he survives is because he keeps on saying Uhuru Kenyatta messed the country. So ladies and gentlemen, let us know that we are dealing with a country that is not only full of corruption, but is also frustrating cases of the people that are dining with them. The Aurora and Kimore case has been finalized in court, and I think legally that is it. No one will talk about it. We've lost the billions of shillings. Some individuals pocketed the money at the expense of other Kenyans. So someone pocketed huge amount of money at the expense of hungry Kenyans. And as we continue talking about this case, let us know that we have a government that is not committed in fighting corruption.